The House of Lords inflicted an 11th defeat on the government over its key piece of Brexit legislation, voting for an amendment that would allow Britain to participate in European Union agencies after leaving the bloc. Parliament's upper chamber voted 298 to 227 for the change on Tuesday, which was again sponsored by peers from across the political spectrum. The opposition Labour Party expects the Lords to vote later Tuesday in favour of removing from the draft law the fixed timing of Brexit at 11 p.m. on March 29 next year. The amendment on EU agencies is designed to give some element of shape to what now seems formless and void, said Nicholas Baines, the Lord Bishop of Leeds. The government opposed the change even though what it calls for is quite similar to what May has herself proposed. The government considers its inclusion in the bill to be both completely unnecessary and totally inappropriate, Brexit Minister Martin Callanan told the Lords. The legislation as currently worded didn't prevent any future government or parliament from mirroring EU law, or choosing to participate in EU agencies, he said. The defeat is another Brexit setback for Prime Minister Theresa May, who has suffered a string of losses at the hands of the unelected chamber. In the past 3 weeks, peers have voted to compel ministers to seek a form of customs union with the EU, curtail ministerial powers and expand the scope of a meaningful parliamentary vote on the final deal. Though all of the changes can be reversed when the legislation returns to the House of Commons, it's not clear there's appetite in the lower chamber to do so. At least 10 Conservative lawmakers have put their names to an amendment on a separate piece of legislation in support of staying in a customs union, enough to defeat the government on the Lords' amendment on the same topic. Tory rebels in the Commons also helped defeat the government to insert the provision for the meaningful vote on the final Brexit deal, before the bill moved to the Lords. After Tuesday's sixth and final debate at the report stage of the bill in the Lords, it will have a so-called third reading on May 16. Further amendments are still possible at that stage, Labour has said. A debate on environmental protections is one to watch. It then returns to the Commons, where lawmakers must decide whether to accept the amendments or send it back to the Lords for further consideration, with assistance by Kitty Donaldson.